So not long before the runners are away here in this 400 metres, our last event for coverage. And I've got to say, the last few weeks for us has been really enjoyable. Melbourne was great. Sydney, the weather wasn't great, but we saw some terrific performances. And when you see the likes of David Rudisha and Angelo Taylor and Justin Gaiman and all those sort of guys, it's just been terrific over the last few weeks.
It has been. The performances have been fantastic.
Start list for the men's 400. And, gee, there's a lot of talent in the middle there. Kevin Moore in 5, Ben Offereins 6, Sean Wroe in 7. You'd expect that they are going to be the men to beat.
Yes, Ben Offereins, he is in the middle of the two athletes that he needs to watch out here for. He knows the experience of Sean Wroe, and he also knows the talent of Kevin Moore.
Yeah, Ben Offereins, the local boy, obviously getting a large round of applause with the welcome. With that orange patch on his back, he'll be easy to spot. And there is Sean Wroe. Had the pleasure of talking to his parents in Delhi when he was running there, and the 4x400. And what about that celebration they had after the 4x400 when they had that cricket celebration?
It took me a while to work that out, actually, Peter, what they were doing, but it was quite a celebration. I actually asked them if they practiced it, and apparently they hadn't. But it is good to see Ben Offereins back, because he was disappointed with his performances in Delhi, and he's come out this season. He's been very consistent, and he's been running some good times, and he'll be wanting to make sure he does another good time tonight.
Runners going down on their blocks for the men's 400. Ben Offereins on the left of your picture, Sean Wroe outside of him, and just back behind them is Kevin Moore, who is also in the mix there. They're the 3. Moore in 5, Offereins in 6, Wroe in 7. Off they go. Moore got a good start. Wroe began reasonably well. He's going out hard, so he's going to run a similar race to Sydney. Boylett leads down the back straight from Boudry, and now Wroe easing his way up into second, and Offereins doesn't want Wroe to let him get a break, and at the 200-metre mark he's moved up into 3rd place now. So it's Wroe who has it at the moment. Offereins is the immediate challenger. Burke and Moore are a fair way back at this stage. The pace has been pretty hot. Here comes the local. Ben Offereins takes the lead from Sean Wroe, who'll fight back. You know that about him at the top of the lane. Offereins has it at the moment. Wroe trying to finish off. He's got 2 metres to make up. He's not going to make it up. It's going to be a popular local victory. Ben Offereins wins. Sean Wroe is second. Kevin Moore gets third, just in front of David Burke. 45.83 the time. The crowd liked that.
Oh, that was a beautiful run by Ben Offereins. He was so in control. He knew that Sean Wroe was going out hard. He held his form, and then just as he came off that last bend, which you'll probably see in 1 second, Peter, he was just powerful, and he just was basically saying, I have this control. Look at his technique, his form. You can see there Sean Wroe is straining a little bit, but we've seen that before, and him still kick over that last 50 metres. But Ben Offereins is just thinking, catch me if you can.
And I reckon the local factor probably plays a bit of a part in that too. The West Australian crowd was roaring for him in front of his home crowd. He naturally wants to do well, and he certainly did very well, because he came away at the end. And when you can say that against Sean Wroe at the end of the 400 metres, you've done pretty well.
Well, when he was coming, running that last 50 metres, he knew that Sean Wroe would be trying to track him down, so he just really had to power, and he'd be very happy with that time. It's a 45.85, which is a season's best, and if you just can keep on improving by nationals, he could potentially have a PB.
Around about a second outside his personal best, but the win is the win. And Ben Offereins has it from Sean Wroe, and Kevin Moore doing his usual trick of getting home hard at the end of the race and getting into the placings just in front of David Burke. So he looks pretty stoked about that, and why wouldn't you be?
Exactly, and that's what I love about this race, this 400 metres. At this moment, there is so much depth in it, and as a spectator or as a commentator, you sit here and you just do not know who's going to win, and I love that when you have an event like that with so much great competition.
So that'll help Ben Offereins' points, but it won't be enough to overtake Sally Pearson, who has been simply magnificent, and she will finish up with the $10,000. And we'll go through those towards the end of our coverage, and we'll have a word to Ben Offereins before we take you away. but it has been really enjoyable over the past few weeks or so. We were touching on that, and I think Jana Pittman's performance tonight is going to be one of the memories that we take away from the 3 weeks that we've had together, Mel.
Well, it definitely is one of those exciting moments, and, you know, for me personally, just to see her back on the track. She has been a wonderful champion and still potentially can be a great champion, and we know what she's been through. She's been through a lot of injuries, which a lot of athletes know about. It's unfortunately part of trying to grow and develop and learning from it. She has learnt from it now. She's saying, you know, less is more. You have to be very smart with it, and her performance tonight shows her how tenacious she is and how much she loves the sport.
And we'll talk about some of our other highlights as we get towards the end of our coverage. Just waiting for Ben Offereins to make his way over to Alex Malcolm. He's been a little bit delayed, but he's getting over towards Alex now. So we'll hear from him before we wind down our coverage here in Perth tonight. Let's get straight down to you, Alex.
Tough to get a hold of you, Ben. You're very popular with the crowd here, mate. You must be so pleased with that run.
Yeah, no, I'm very pleased. It's good to finally get back under the 46, because I can't remember the last time we've gone through a season where no one's done it up to this date. So it's nice to finally be down there, and hopefully we can continue on that trend.
I've been speaking to you throughout the summer, and you were frustrated a little bit that you couldn't piece together the perfect 400. Tonight it looked like you got very close to what is that perfect 400 for you.
Oh, I don't know about perfect. You know, I don't think I'll ever run the perfect race, because, you know, you always hope that you can go faster. But it's the best I've done all season, so I'm happy with how it all went. So it's positive. We'll look at the tape and obviously look what was good and bad, but I'm seeing all positives from this so far.
And you won your national title here last year. You must love running at this track, and the atmosphere is fantastic.
I do. You know, obviously it's only just last season was the first time we got to run in front of a home crowd for a long time. And I'm always going over east and, you know, say your name and it's a bit dead and quiet. It's nice to come here and get a bit of a cheer. So thank you guys very much.
Yeah, the crowd got right behind you, mate. Well done. Congratulations. Good luck for the rest of the year.
Thank you very much.